Alright, welcome to a new episode. In the previous episode, we started building out the listing pages. So what we have now is we have the home page, we have the About Us page. Then what we did in the previous episode is generate this stays page. It's all placeholder images and this is not functional yet. And also the filters, we still need to connect to the database. So what I want to do in today's episode is to connect this to the database. The finishing UI changes we're just going to do at the end. Also, we have the single pages. So as mentioned in the previous episode, we have stays and then dash and then the villa name or the hotel name. The book now button will be connected to the affiliate link. Then we have our personal review. We have the room types. We have what this place offers. So this is the amenities. Then we have the location. We need to figure out how to show this. Similar stays, and then probably we'll add some more fields in the future. So in today's episode, what I want to do with Cursor and Supabase is to connect the stays section. I think this is the most logical order for this series. And then after that, we go into dining experiences, wellness. Yeah, so basically, this is what we're going to do today. If you've been following along this journey with me, thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, please check the previous episodes. Maybe it's useful for you, maybe it's not. If it's not, please let me know, and then maybe I can create content that is actually useful for you. If you want to help me out, please subscribe. If you like the content, if you don't like the content, don't subscribe, but it would help me a lot by growing the channel. So let's get into this episode and let's start building the Bali Handbook. So we're going to open the project and we're going to do it 2 pages for now. I will zoom in later again. What we're going to do is we're going to open Supabase. Then we have the Bali travel directory. Then we have the tables. And basically this is the listings, categories, locations. Maybe what I'm going to do is open Super Whisper again. And okay, so we now developed the stays pages, the single page and the archive page. What I want is start connecting this to the Supabase database. So please check a few files. I will tag all the files in the chat. And then please help me connect the front end with the database. And also if we miss a few columns in the table, let's analyze this and start adding them. Before adding anything, please ask me for a green light. I will also add a screenshot of the tables related to the database, to the stays section. And then from there on, we can start connecting the front end with the back end. So I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna tag add database. Add implementation guide, I think, technical, not sure. And then let's see which tables are activities, no dining, no stays. This is one we need. Stays, listings, categories and locations. Anything else? Wellness, no. Reviews. And for the stays, do we have, for the listing, maybe we have the, we don't have the review. Or this is our review maybe. Ah yeah, maybe we need to rename that later. Okay, so I'm just gonna let this run. And basically, just to simplify this for you guys, I'm not sure if I can actually simplify this because this is not my expertise, right? So currently what we have is we have the 2 pages. Not sure why I cannot try this again. So we have 2 pages, right? So we have the stays, we have the archive page. So on the stays, it's just like the title, some content and images, etc. And here it's like the search bar with the listings. But this is just with placeholder image, a text. So basically what we have as well is here Supabase. And basically what we need is to use the code to access the data from Supabase and then store it back. So whenever we load a page, it's requesting to the server or to the database, and then it will send back. I'm not sure if that explanation helps you anything at all. I'm gonna let this figure it out, and then once this is done, we can analyze and see what's actually happening. If there's any issue in the meantime, I will open the video again and start explaining what actually happened, because yeah, I think that's good to see instead of me just showing like, okay, this is done. If there's any issues on the way, I will show this as well, so that if you guys ever run into one of those issues, you kind of know how to solve it. Or if I cannot solve it, I'll try to figure it out and then you know the answer. So it made a lot of updates. So the summary, so they created the stay service. So in the service to basically fetch the functions from Supabase, they added filtering, updated page components, updated client components, and improved data handling. Next steps, implement server-side filtering, add similar stays functionality, implement reviews, add map integration, enhance search function. I'm gonna copy this, put it in our to-do list here. Basically what I want, let's first have a look. This is still the same. That is not functional yet. So now it has 0 place to stay. It fetched the price ranges from the database, the visit status, and property type no, because we don't have it, and the location. So I wanted to start building a basic admin dashboard so we can add some data. Okay, before we do those next steps, can we create a basic admin dashboard page for the stays? We already created the page. I will tag it as well. Create like a form on how we can actually manage the data. So we already have the listing page, so we need a field for add new listing. The table is already there, and then we should fetch the right information from the database. We're going to prompt this. What I mean with this, so here we have the listings tab in the dashboard. I want it to be linked to the database first, and then I want to be able to add a listing with data. So we just take a fake one, but then we can add it to the database and we can see if that's working and also if it's showing properly on the front end. And then I think we need to figure out, because I was just checking the database. So I'm not sure if those categories, if it's supposed to be stored here. I assume it is. And then parent ID should be the listing, I think. So we should create categories for hotels, resorts, villas, glamping. And then we need to add that in the field as well in the admin dashboard. So if we add a listing, we should tag it as hotel, resort, villa, or glamping. And then it can show in the right category. I think I should have prompted it better. So basically what I did now, it made like a stays page in the admin dashboard, as you can see here. I think it should be under listings. So maybe we should have listings and then stays. And then per category we have the listings, and then maybe one master table with all the listings. So basically now what I just quickly prompted is like, so we actually already have the listings step, right? Listing page. Why not putting under stays? Maybe we can do a sub page under listings. So the listings table will be all the listings, and then we have one tab with stays. Or should we just put everything on the listings? What do you think makes most sense? So I'm just going to prompt this again. I think it makes sense to have the tabs that we just have like here listings, and under that we have stays, wellness, etc. And then in this table we just have all of them. Yeah, so I'll let this do its work again, and then I'll get back to you guys. Okay, so it didn't start coding, but basically it's saying it analyzed the files, and then it's saying like, okay, we have different types. So stays, dining, beach clubs, they all have different filters. So single listing stable approach, it says more complex filtering, harder to manage. So it's recommending to have a separate approach, and then it says a cleaner separation of concerns, type-specific management interfaces. I think it's correct. And I'm basically saying admin, stays, dining, beach clubs, wellness activities. Maybe I want to know if we can just do, can we handle those pages then, but in the sidebar, list it under listings sub menu, just so that we don't have too many items in the menu. I'll let this generate again, and then let's continue from there. Okay, so it's done. So they made the navigation structure, they made the UI components that we need using Shetsi UI as requested in the project description. Main listing page, view, total stays, visit stays, future stays, categories, filtering options, data table with search and sort, a new stay form, added stay, form component, reusable stay form, implement upload, added form validation, created the backend services, what needs to be done, implement server action or API routes for handling form submissions, add proper handling and validation, delete functionality, image upload, map integration, additional listing types. Okay, so let's have a look to the end dashboard. So we now have listings, all listings, stays, dining, beach club, wellness activities. And if I go to stays, error fetching categories. Okay, so that's an issue still. Okay, this all looks good. I actually get an issue about the categories, so I'm gonna copy paste the issue here. I actually have a question about the categories because we have different tables. So for the listings, I know we use the listing table, location table, and the stays table. We do have a categories table. Are we gonna store the categories like hotels, resorts, villas, glamping, but also like the cuisines like Italian, whatever. Is this all going to be stored in the same categories table, or do we need to create different tables for this? Please let me know how this works and how we can resolve this issue. And then, yeah, then we can add the categories later to the table. Because what I'm not sure about this table, if this is gonna cover all the categories that we had before, like maybe we still have it here. So we have restaurant location, cuisine, meal type, spa, massage, yoga. Probably this is connected to the main category, so it should understand it. I just want to be sure. Probably they can give me the answer. There are two main approaches by open single category table with type differentiation. Category table with a type field. Approach simpler. Option 2, say category ID name, slug, parent ID. Recommended approach, update the category. So currently it's saying update to ID name, slug, type. What do we currently have? So we need to add type. Type text. I think I can just add it. Type, description, and then it's text. Default value, and it can be not null. Save. Okay, and I'm gonna say I added the type to the Supabase table. Can you please help me execute the rest of the things to do? So 2, 3, and 4. So let's see if this will resolve the issue. Once this is done, I'll get back to you guys, and hopefully then we can see how this works, and then if we can actually add listings to the database. Okay, this actually took a very long time. Like, it was actually struggling with figuring everything out. There were some mismatches, etc. This I want to research later, like what's the difference between client component, server component, because for some reason it couldn't use its server component. So I'm gonna accept all, and then so now I've created this page. So it's telling us the total stays, visitor stays, future stays, categories, all locations, all categories, all price levels. So we need to add locations and categories to it. Maybe let's do this episode as well. I need to change the button color. Okay, so now basically what it wants, so let's say test, stay, stay, stay. Categories we don't have. Test, stay, visited. Details, check-in time. That's also a good thing. Like, which currency should we handle? Or should we just do currency conversion? Room types, add room type. Okay, but we need to add images here. This, I'm not sure what this is based on, because I don't think we have amenities in the table. Add image. Can we upload URLs? No, we need to upload this. Okay, so address, etc. Can I create stay? Probably not. Okay, so there's a few things here. Let's first work on the categories and the locations, because we don't have those yet. Looks fine. I'm not gonna say it could have improvement, because then it's gonna do it now. Okay, so that looks fine. Maybe let's map out the categories and location page first in the admin dashboard, because currently we don't have any categories and locations in the database, so we need to add this as soon as possible. So for the categories, can you also make an SQL where we store the hotels, resorts, villas, and glamping? And then for the locations, can you come up with the most common areas in Bali? So we already have this as default in the database, and then we can work from that. And then basically we need to start creating those, so categories and locations. And then I think I want this in like a multi-step form or something. For create new, for edit can be different. And then did it create a table here? Yeah, so we have a table here as well. So I think this is fine. Maybe in the future. So how I want to start is just visit stays only. So we only review stays that we visited. But if we see in the platform that people are just wanting to see every possibility in Bali, we can edit all the stays, and then indeed we just add the badge visited stays, so people know when we actually visited something, and which is just a page that uploaded it. Or maybe they can upload it themselves as well, and then maybe we can exchange it for a backlink so we get better domain authority. Okay, so I'm gonna let this run, and then once this is done, let's start adding some categories and start checking if it's actually working. Whilst this is going, it created a seed categories file. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna open Sublime Text. I'm gonna paste this in because it came up with, so those are our main categories, right? Homestays we don't need. So those I don't want. These are the ones we're gonna work with, and then other activities, dining, fine dining cafes, beach clubs. No, this is not correct. We're just gonna analyze the file later. So I'm gonna copy this. Then we go to Supabase again. Then we go to the SQL editor. We paste this in. End of input. Why is this wrong? When I upload this in Supa, get this error. Just need a semicolon. I think because it had it here. Yeah. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, that works. Then you can verify it if you go to the table and then categories. So now it's all here. Just doesn't have a parent ID. Type is here. We have to check this. This is still doing work. Okay, I'm gonna check. Maybe we should have used accommodation here as parent ID. Then where's the parent ID stored? Listings? No. We'll figure this out. For sure we need to expand this a lot because it has not enough information. We'll do that later. So let's first make sure that the connection between the database and the front end is working, and then we can start adding new stuff. It's still working, but it actually also created the SQL for the location. So it also mapped it out per area. So that's nice. South, central, east, north, west, offshore. And now to check it again, go to database, tables, and locations. 26 locations. Let's check. Yeah, so it's all here. And then for the Gili Islands are islands far away. Well, 3 hour by boat. But there's different islands, so we can separate this as well. We need to double check if those latitude and longitude are correct, but that's something for later. Let's resume this and hope it's almost done. Okay, so this is done. So made the categories location pages, the database services. It made a seeding functionality, apparently. Let's see, but I already manually added it to the database. But I think what this would do is push the information that they created to the database. So let's have a look. Okay, so categories, the 4 categories that we added for accommodation, glamping, hotels, resorts, villas. Can we edit this or is it missing? No, so that they didn't create. The parent category, okay. And then for location. So yeah, this is all working now. So South Bali, East Bali, Central Bali, that's all fine. I don't know where to edit this button for the import for the... So we need an edit function, and let's say if they have remove works. No, okay, so I want to add this first, and then I want a white background. I don't know why there's this weird purple background. Looks all good. Please remove the purplish background, just handle white background. And then also we cannot edit a category or we cannot remove, same for location. So please add that functionality and also remove the database seeding functionality. I already imported everything manually with SQL in Supabase, so we don't need this feature. But we're getting there. Like, I'm happy. Maybe in today's episode, I'm not gonna actually continue on the listings. It's quite late already and I have some other stuff to do. But then maybe for tomorrow's episode, we can actually start making sure that we have a nice form to manage the listings for the stays. See if we can make it happen on the front end as well. So that's all looking good. And then maybe I can ask my partner already if this is functional to just set up a staging where she will add some listings that we visited with some images, with some video. And then also we have some more feedback on what we should add more. Like what fields are we missing? What information are we missing? Also basically per listing, want to create, maybe let's make a note on that. Create checklist in admin for listing completed, all data. And then also if we added a YouTube video, per visit I kind of want to create a YouTube video. It's a good way to get traffic. Then uploaded Instagram post, uploaded Reel, uploaded TikTok. So basically just to create a lot of traction to the website, I want to create YouTube content, Instagram posts and Instagram Reel and TikToks. And then we will include the YouTube video on the page itself. And then we can also promote our Instagram and TikTok from the website on. But I basically in the admin dashboard per listing, I just want here a checklist like, okay, did we actually create a TikTok or did we actually did the other things? Let's wait for this. So basically now we have a basic dashboard with, here's the seed data thing. Like we don't need this. This is also all functional now. So we can see we have 26 locations. If we click this, it's functional as well. This is all the categories. In the future, I also was thinking, because now how it works, people just invite my partner and say like, hey, do you want to stay here? Let's also maybe add this to the list. Future implementations is to have a calendar page where a hotel or let's say listings can invite us. So how I see this is we create a calendar. So like, hey, you want to work together, then we create a calendar, and then basically they can check our availability. And then if they want us to stay in their venue, then we say like, okay, hey, this is our pricing deck. So the cost of us adding them to the website and reviewing it and including like 2-night stay and full onboard or whatever we want to do, right? It's just an example. And then they can check the calendar if we're available, and then they can submit like a request like, hey guys, can you stay the second weekend of December 2025? And then in our dashboard, we create a page where we get all the requests, and then dashboard page. I think that's nice, like a little bit more automation. This is still working. Okay, when this is done, we'll finalize the episode. Okay, so it's saying removed import statements from the C database, but remove the code that checked if location table was empty. Page still maintains all core functionality. Okay, so let's check. Let's open Arc. And okay, so we still have all this. Can we now make edits? Okay, so that's working. Back to all locations for categories. Can we make the edit? Yes. We really need to get rid of this purple background. Maybe I just do this off video. I will just prompt it so it's gone. Can we also remove Legion? There's still an issue. Probably it has something to do with the row level security. Let's also just analyze this next week. We don't need to, next episode, sorry. We don't need to fix this now. So basically today what we did, we set up the main listing component. And I think next episode, we're just gonna make everything functional so that we have a nice form instead of tabs, maybe just a multi-step form. We'll try to add some details and see if we're missing information. Probably I'm just gonna prompt with Claude and say like, okay, we have this information. Do we need anything more? What is generate? Also, we need to get rid of this button. So for the single page, remove generate button from new listing form. Yeah, then we're gonna make the categories work. Also, what we need to do is figure out what is, what's the name? A categories table. We had a column named parent ID in the category table. Because currently we're not using it, and maybe we should have actually just used this for that aspect. For instead of the type, we have the parent ID. We have to check the database file. And then, yeah, I'm gonna ask it to please update the add project execution plan with all steps that are being executed. I'm gonna accept all as well. Okay, so that's the episode for today. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you found this interesting, please subscribe. That's all I'm asking. It's free, it will help me. Maybe it will help you by getting updated on new videos. And yeah, let's build a nice directory together. If you guys have any feedback, let me know. If you guys think of any cool additions that we can add, please let me know. I'm happy to build whatever I can. And then, yeah, see you guys tomorrow and have an amazing day.